Good evening, everyone. Today is July 7th, 2023. This is going to be my first live. I haven't done this before, but I thought to, come out with this live because it's critical that we as Liberians, as we move towards the 2023 elections, that we, make significant contributions. It's critical. So if you are watching this live, I am asking that you try to share the video right now. Please do, because it's really important. I actually went ahead. I'm actually driving to work, but I thought it's important before it gets dark. Jump on this and take advantage of the daylight to, speak to how people, not only the elite, but my target is everyone. Ranging from the least fortunate individual to the one who we as a people would term as the elite. And so if you're watching this video for the first time, this is my first live. Like I said, I'm asking that you do share the video. Share is so important. I have quite a bit of information to share. From time to time, I'm going to be coming over here and sharing this particular live. I'm not a politician, but I do believe that we all, to some extent, are, political beings in some ways, somehow. So if you have tuned into this live, I am kindly asking you to go ahead and let me see if I can turn up this volume here. Someone suggested that. I think I should do that here. I just posted, like I said, the WE2R movement, WE2R Liberians Movement is a critical movement. We don't have a size. It's a movement that is actually geared towards speaking for the masses, for the less fortunate, and for all, so to speak. So again, I'm not trying to, be all over the place, but I want to speak to the core and to the syntheses of what's going on in our country, but to begin here gradually. Again, like I said earlier on, I'm on my way to work. I thought it was important to, send out the post and followed by this live. So if you're watching again, please share this live. Please do. It's important. I know we have a lot of folks. Facebook pretty much has been used for the wrong reason. I think it should be used for empowerment. It can be used for entertainment, but for the most part, something of substance, something that's going to empower someone, something that's going to encourage someone, something that's going to elevate and revolutionize the thought process of some individual. So it seems to me that we have about 3 individuals. I'm hoping that I can have at least 10 or 15 individuals, and this is the first time, so I am looking forward to having a significant amount of individuals here listening to this live. Again, my name is C. Ayiti Williams, Charles Ayiti Williams. That's my name. A lot of people know me by Ayiti. Some know me by Charles. Yes, that's about it. And sooner or later, going to go ahead and begin this and This is all about Mama Liberia. This is all about this once sweet land of liberty. So if you're somewhere, I don't know where you are, I'm gonna start here shortly. Um, please share the live so that we can begin here momentarily. This is for everyone. It doesn't matter your economic or social status. But as we move towards, again, the 2023 elections, I believe this is our time. It's a perfect opportunity to make a difference in our society. This is the perfect opportunity. I speak to young people and I tell them it doesn't matter where you find yourself, whether Liberia, where you find yourself. We're Liberians, but we're citizens of the world. I don't want to divert, but it's pretty significant that we, begin to have these discussions. It's so important, and I'm hoping that I can have quite a few people. I believe strongly if I was here, messing around and with gossip and things of sort, I would have a lot of people here. But since this is the first time, again, this is just a synopsis of what the We2R Liberian Movement, or We2R Liberians Movement, what we is a movement that is actually uh, about changing and revolutionizing the thought process of our people. The good books, the Bible is a collection of books. One would say the good book says that so a man think of himself, so is he. So I think that's something that we've never talked about. We have a lot of platforms that we talk about. This one is going to be president. This one is going to be vice president. But there are fundamental issues that we leave and then jump on top of it. And so it's pretty hard to grasp. People find it difficult. So let me just get to the point. Let me get to it. I was trying to get a few people. Let me just get to the point. All right. So it's a familiar story that actually comes to mind. I don't know if it's true or fable, and that's not mine to defend today. It's a story about two brothers who find themselves trying to get to a place called Boys Town, a place of comfort, education, nurture. They had to catch trains, they had to catch buses. After it is that they got to the last uh, train that was close as possible to this high institution of learning, the younger brother said he was tired and could not make it the rest of the journey. So the elder brother then bent over and said to the younger brother, "Get on my back." So as they got as close as possible to Boys Town, this high institution of learning, the dean of admission, I'll say the president of the university, met them halfway and said to the elder brother, "Put your brother down. He's too heavy." So that elder brother looked in the face of the uh, the dean of admission of that high institution and said, in righteous indignation, he said, "He is my brother. It's not too heavy." So what am I trying to say today in Liberia? The real question is, who is willing to carry the weight? Who is willing to carry the weight? Our people are in so much fire. The fire of people are facing major crematoriums. People are facing major fires. The fires of hunger, the fires of joblessness, the fires of hopelessness, helplessness, to name a few. And it's going to take a few of us to begin to have serious conversation, not wanting some ministerial position, not wanting or not aspiring for some kind of position, but because we want that change. And that's why it is critical that some of us don't even pick a side. Because if you do pick a side, you can be easily neutralized. And so I encourage all of us, It's not a bad thing to pick a side. You can pick a side, but I think it's important that we focus on the big picture, because the real truth is where you are today. Where you are today doesn't matter where you are, because someone had made a sacrifice. Someone had made tremendous sacrifice. And so all of us, we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to ensure that we are reaching out to our brothers and our sisters to encourage them. Because Liberia is our motherland. This is the only country that we have. The country has been torn apart. What are we doing as individuals? It doesn't matter if you're a Silesian. It doesn't matter if you are for a Bokai. It doesn't matter if you are for Cummins. It doesn't matter what side you pick. But I want us to begin to think critically. I want us to begin to, just critically analyze why it's so critical that we step in, make contributions, so that the people that are going to come after us, I tell you, my brothers and sisters, it's so critical. Scripture says our children should be exceeding us. I tell you what, it is only lonely at the top if we take no one with us. So this is just a short and the first live that I decided to come up with, and so that we can begin to think about which direction to go. It is so critical, my brothers and my sisters. It is so important. Liberia has been torn apart. And the reason why is because of how we as individuals see ourselves. How do you see yourself? What do you think of yourself? It doesn't matter. The Bible says that greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. I'm going to use the text as a reference, but I'm going to go a little further. I can give you a classic example. Think about Marcus Garvey. Think about Malcolm X. Think about Dr. King. Those are people that set the mark. Think about Kwame Nkrumah. Think about those people. Think about Nelson Mandela. Think about those people. You can make a contribution. You can make the sacrifice. And until someone is willing to make the sacrifice, Liberia is never going to have the change that we are crying for, the change that we are so much thirsty and hungry for. That change is not going to come. So I just wanted to, for the first time, speak to my people. I think if this was a gossip, if this was something that, we're talking about, maybe just talking about people, throwing people under the bus, it may have really attracted a lot of attention. But it's so important. It's so critical. It's so important that we begin to go back, to reach out. It doesn't matter where you find yourself, whether or not you're in Europe, whether you are in the United States of America, whether you are in Ghana, whether you find yourself in Asia. It's important that we begin to talk to our young people. And it's so important that we begin to change our mindset, our thought process. Our thought process. And that's exactly where it begins. That's exactly where it begins. It doesn't matter what side of the spectrum you find yourself. It doesn't matter which side you are on. And the reason why I have not picked a side, and I don't think I want to pick a side, but I know I have a stake in Liberia. I don't think I want to pick a side. I'm not going to pick a side. And the reason why I am not going to pick a side, because I don't want to be neutralized. And so I am counting on all of us to begin to really think about, Dr. King once said that the ultimate measure of a leader is not where he or she finds himself in times of comfort and convenience, but where you find yourself in the times of conflict and controversy. And that's exactly where we find ourselves now. And so we have to really, really think critically to begin to reinvigorate ourselves. I am asking everyone, it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter, like I said before, your economic, your social status, it doesn't matter your last name, where you live at, who your parents are, what's your last name. We have a stake in that country. Again, it is only lonely at the top if we take no one with us. What is your ministerial position if you're not helping the people around you? What is your presidential position if you're not helping the people around you? So we have to ensure that it doesn't matter all of the accolades that you have acquired. So now you went to Harvard University, right? You have a PhD. You went to Lincoln University, or you probably went to Penn State, or you went to University of Pennsylvania, and now you have a master's degree, and you think you have arrived, but you have not, because it takes the education from the realm of theory into utility and practice. And until that's done, and so I want to talk to the common people. Look, you are not a Zogo. You are not. You are not. Let me get this thing up right. I'm sorry about that. It's so important. We have a country that is drug infested. People have been labeled. We call our own people our children. A lot of those kids, I'm pretty sure, were born somewhere around 2000, 2001, 2002. They are young kids, or maybe even earlier than or later than that. So we must begin to really, we must begin to think about the discussion that we're having. It is about the people. It is about the people that are going to come after us. It is about the children that will come after us. We have to set a standard. Now, who is really willing to carry the weight? The measure of a man is not the acquisition of wealth. It's not how many cars you have. It's not how many houses you have amassed, or you know what I mean, and all that kind of stuff. It's actually how you help the people around you grow to be their best selves. And so it's important. I don't care. I have not picked a side, and I'm not going to pick a side. But I'm counting on everyone. I'm counting on all of us. This movement, WE2R Liberians Movement. Like I said before, oh yeah, maybe you have migrated to the States, or maybe you went to London, maybe you went to Asia, or maybe you're somewhere and you think you have made it. Look, we got to really critically think about the decisions that we made. We really have to think about it. We really got to think about the people behind us. What is the Gucci shoes? What is the big house? What is your luxury cars? If the people around you are living in abject poverty, I don't care. Good. Oh yeah. We have supporters for Buckeye. We have supporters for Cummings. We have support. It doesn't matter who's your candidate, or whether or not it is the ruling party now, or the government, the current government. It doesn't matter. But we have to make the decision now to ensure that we have the right people in place. Who's willing to carry the weight? Who is really willing to carry the weight? So I urge you all, I'm going to try to close this thing here, right here. And hopefully we can continue this. Maybe next week, maybe in a couple of days, I might come back. But I am encouraging everyone to begin to think about this. And until we can change our minds, our thought process, Liberia is never going to be different. Liberia, that we will not get the change that we are so much thirsty for. That's my take on this whole thing today. I mean, we have kids all over the place. You know, I'm not trying to sound redundant, but it's so important. It's so critical that we really, really begin to think about this. Each one help one. We have to be role model. We have to set the standard. So you can be that one. You can be that change. But I tell you, my brothers and sisters, be careful who you align yourself with, which party, the decision that you make today, definitely. And I know because of the decision that we've made years ago, now we find ourselves in this situation. So I'm going to close on this note, again with Dr. King's quote, that the ultimate measure of a leader is not where he or she finds himself in times of comfort, but where you find yourself in times of conflict and controversy. So where do we find ourselves? Where do we find ourselves now? Thank you and goodbye. I look forward to more of these lives, and there's a lot that's going to be coming up. Have a good day.